Welcome to our usual hovers. I'm Meeka Nomicon, and today I'm playing for the game I Chase You and Hunt You Down for Sport, where all we wanted was to take a nice walk through the woods, but we're interrupted by a mysterious figure with bunny ears. It's been a very stressful week for you lately. It just felt like everything around you kept closing in on you. It feels almost suffocating, like one wrong step and everything will come crashing down. You just needed to take some time to yourself to clear your head. Maybe distract yourself from everything that's going on. And you decided that the best way to do that was to take a walk through the woods near your house. Walking alone in the middle of the woods seems stupid. You knew that. But at the same time, it's relaxing surrounding yourself with nature. Just taking in the sights all around you. The soft chirping of the crickets, while the moonlight peeks through the trees to light up your path. Hold on. Not only are we walking alone through the woods, we're walking alone through the woods in the middle of the night? We're honestly just asking to be murdered, aren't we? This is just what you needed to calm down. Eventually, you had completely lost track of time. You have no idea how long you've been walking at this point. It's only when you hear the sound of grass rustling behind you that brings you back to your senses. Well, running is probably the logical situation here, even though it could just be a normal wood critter. And ignoring it's a good idea. I mean, you can't escalate the horror if you don't acknowledge the horror. But my curiosity needs to be satiated. Let's turn around. You turn around to see what's behind you. You were a bit wary of whoever it was going to be, but you were definitely not expecting to see a person with a bat, donned in pink with... Are those bunny ears? Can I just point out, there's something a little bit morbid about the bunny boy wearing decapitated bunny heads on his belt. Maybe a picture would last longer, sweetheart. He donned on a big smile and started to catch up to you. You know what? I'm still curious, let's wait for him. Although he does seem a bit off. He doesn't come across as hostile. You wait for him to get closer. My, I didn't expect anyone to be out here this late. Must be my lucky day. You can call me Sable, if I can get your name too. I know tonight is a night of bad ideas, but I'm not dumb enough to give you my name, Sable. Let's not tell him. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't feel comfortable giving my name out like that. Oh, alright then. He takes a step closer. So, sweetheart, what are you doing out so late? You know what? I'm not telling you anything. Let's dodge the question. You know, I could ask you the same thing. It seems kind of odd for someone to be cosplaying as a rabbit while carrying a bat with them. What's cosplay? Would it classify as an absolute insult if we accuse his ears of being fake? Is that a big taboo in the bunnykin religion? The two of you look at each other in confusion. Whatever. If you're interested in what I'm doing here, I could tell you. But that means you gotta play along too, okay? You know what? I don't think I want to be murdered right now. Let's just walk away. Nah, I'm good. But thanks, I guess? But... You don't give him time to finish whatever he's going to say before you start walking off. I don't trust him. He is absolutely going to attack me from behind, isn't he? You're not one to talk to strangers, and especially random strangers you met in the middle of the woods. Oh, dodge! Oh, I missed it. Suddenly, you're knocked off your feet and tackled to the ground. You feel the weight on top of you leaning closer. I'm not about to let you get off the hook that easily, sweetheart. He flips you over onto your back while straddling you. He grips your face, digging his nails into your cheeks, and pulls you towards him to look you in the eyes. See, this is how it's gonna go. I'm going to let you up, then we're going to see how far you can last. Think you can outrun me? Well, we're about to find out. He pushes your head into the ground before finally letting go. He begins to stand up. Alright, I'm gonna need to be careful then. Apparently there's QTEs. You begin charging through the woods. The destination doesn't matter as long as it was away from him. Your thoughts are running all over the place with the absurdity of it all. All you wanted to do was clear your mind, and now you're running for your life. And not only that, but your pursuer is a pink rabbit boy? This is the type of thing that happens in horror stories. What are you supposed to do in situations like this? You're in the middle of the woods right now. Unless you can find someone who can help you or a place with reception, there was no way you were getting out of this. You have to get out of this forest. Where could you go first? Wait, go off the path. Wait, this seems like a good idea, right? We can lose him amongst the trees. You immediately run off of the path and trudge deeper into the forest. Hopefully, you'll be able to lose him in the trees. Getting lost yourself isn't as big as a problem as opposed to the literal killer that's chasing you. You dart left and right, bobbing and weaving between the abundance of trees. You know you won't be able to retrace your steps, but as long as you can lose Sable, then it'll all be worth it. Eventually, you come across a slight clearing where a river runs through. Wait, can bunnies swim? Could we just hop across the river? Would that save our life? You slow your steps as you reach the end of it, then crouch down beside it. You look over your shoulder, staring back at the foliage that surrounds you for any flicker of pink. After some time, you're convinced that you've lost him for now, but that shouldn't mean you should stay in one place. I don't trust that at all. I 100% bet he's right behind us. You have to keep moving, despite your legs burning. While you're here, you decide to take the opportunity to splash your face with water to cool off before running again. We are so gonna get chucked into the river, aren't we? You lean down and cup your hands to catch some water. Wait, dodge! I've really got to get better at this. Suddenly, you feel a hand grip your hair and push your head under the current. In a panic, you desperately try to lift your head up, despite being held down. Your arms swing and claw at the arm holding you down. Through your kicking and squirming, the hand on your head gets a firmer grip and pushes you further into the water. You're unable to hold your breath any longer and instinctively open your mouth, letting the water pour in. You can't stop the water from filling your lungs as you desperately try to fight against the person on top of you. Your vision starts to grow weaker, and eventually, you stop flailing. Oh, we drowned. Alright, I know there's gonna be a lot of other endings with the turnaround. I'm just curious where ignoring it and run would lead us. So why don't we try to run first? You start booking it. You heard a weird noise, and you assumed the worst. It's not windy, so that couldn't have moved the grass. If it's a person, they probably mean bad news. Either way, you thought it was better to be safe than sorry. Unfortunately for you, your assumption that it was a person was spot on. Whatever was following you is now chasing after you. Even worse, in your panic stupor, you fail to notice a stray root and trip. Oh, that doesn't end well for us. We are unfortunately very clumsy. As you scramble to get up, you feel a sudden weight on your back, pushing you into the dirt below you. A hand reaches up to pet your hair. Aw, why are you trying to run away from me? You don't even know if I'm going to hurt you or not. At least you're pretty comfy though. Well, that's good for me, but we 100% know you're going to hurt me, so could you get off me? Could you get off of me? I don't really want to though. How about this? If you hear me out, then I'll get off. It's not like you have much of a choice. Alright, what is it you wanted to say? Honestly, I was hoping I'd run into someone so I could do something fun with them. You mean murder? Is the murder what's fun for you? I didn't think I'd actually run into anyone tonight, but then I saw you, and I knew I had to go for it. He starts playing with his bat, swinging it back and forth and twirling it around as he talks. You see, I was looking for a, let's say, playmate. to play with. He stops and looks you dead in the eye. I wanted to see how long you would take for me to catch them. A shiver went down your spine. Although he didn't outright say it, you think you knew what would happen if he caught you. So, are you up for the challenge? He pats your back before getting up. I don't really have much of a choice. Oh, so it just leads us back to that same pathway. Okay then, we can make our way back to the river, right? Okay, we're ready now. We're gonna dodge it this time. Dodge? You have a split-second sensation that something was off. You turn around and see the rabbit boy towering over you. Before he can grab you, you roll out of the way and then stumble onto your feet. You heard me. I'd thought the river would be too loud for you. Oh well, let's try this again, shall we? Okay, is this gonna be another quick time? Ooh, I say let's try and cross the river. He picks up his bat from beside him and rushes at you. Oh, cross the river! Nice! In a split-second decision, you dive out of the way towards the river. If he is willing to follow you across the river, it would take some time for him to trudge through the rushing currents. You're chancing that he'd be opposed to it, and you can escape freely. As you land in the water, you feel the weight of your clothes weighing you down. That wouldn't stop you though. You're determined to get to the other side and away from your pursuer. It was deeper than you had thought, and the currents were much stronger as well. Oh, I feel like this was a bad idea. Am I gonna drown myself? Your shoulders are barely peeking over the waterline. You struggle to keep yourself up from the rocks below. An especially bad wave catches you off guard when it slams into your face, causing you to slip on the rocks. You're immediately pulled underwater. The river's current has you tossing and turning as you're carried down the stream. Before you can catch yourself, the river always pushes you along. You panic as you start to lose your breath, unable to reach the surface for air. Water starts to fill your lungs as you desperately try to upright yourself. While it's true that you don't have to worry about your killer anymore, this wasn't how you wanted to get away. We've discovered the second killer. You know what? I may still have died, but I count this an absolute win. I mean, we denied our bunny boy of his murder. I'm satisfied with that. I wonder then if ignoring it would get us back to the same pathway. You decide to ignore it. You're in the woods. It could very well just be a rabbit or something. You shouldn't add onto your list of things to worry about. You're stopped dead in your tracks once you feel a pair of arms wrap around your waist. The figure behind you leans into your ear and whispers, "Why, hello there, sweetheart." Oh, okay, so I wonder if this would actually give us different endings if we stay still. Why would we have to charm the killer? If we make him like us, he won't want to kill us. But regardless, let's break free. You immediately smack away their arms and put some distance between yourself and the figure before turning around to confront them. You're met with a lanky man dressed in pastel pink with bunny ears. I didn't think you would get that scared. Well, you shouldn't be going around hugging random people. I thought it would be fun to surprise you. This guy is weird, and seeing that you're the only two people around here, you don't like where this situation is going. Sorry, but to be honest, I don't really feel comfortable with all of this. So I'm just going to mind my own business and you mind yours, okay? You turn around and continue going down the path. Oh, I really don't think it's going to be that easy. As much as you'd rather start heading home, you don't like the idea of having to walk past him to do so. Hopefully, he'll just leave and you can head back later. Oh, dodge it! I've really got to get better at those. Suddenly, you're knocked off your feet and tackled to the ground. You feel a weight on top of you leaning closer. I'm not about to let you off the hook that easily, sweetheart. Yes, this is going to just lead us back to the forest run, right? Well, we've successfully dodged you the first time. You know what I'm curious about? What would happen if we just don't click an answer? Do you think we'd still get chucked into the river? Let's try it. I'm not picking anything. He tackles you to the ground on your back, grabbing you by the hair and dragging you towards the edge of the river. You kick and scream the entire way, trying to make it more difficult for him. Once your head is dangling over the edge, he crawls on top of you and presses the edge of the bat against your neck. He pushes down on it, leading your head towards the water. Your hands reach up to grip the bat and fight against him. However, with the force of you pushing back, aiding his attempts, your head is slowly lowered under the surface of the water. When you realize you can't pry the bat off of your neck, you start to swing wildly, hoping to hit him. You start to panic as you watch the bubbles rise from your mouth and nose. Eventually, you're unable to fight as you let the water take you. You were submerged. So I had 3 different drowning endings. So that's actually something important to remember then. So in Q to E's, not picking anything is also a solution. Okay, we're back to our water's edge. Let's see if we can actually get away this time. Intercept him. Seeing him trying to tackle you, you lower yourself and rush at him as well, aiming for his stomach. Wait, can we chuck him into the water? You're able to get the upper hand once you collide and catch him off guard. You successfully tackle him to the ground, causing him to drop his bat on the way down. The two of you struggle against each other as he tries to push you off of him. You reach for the bat and smack him upside the head. While he's stunned, you drop the bat and drag him towards the river. What? No! Why did we drop the bat? Don't you know you're supposed to hit him again? I mean, he could easily get the upper hand again. It may seem cold-hearted, but this man has been trying to kill you all night. It's time for him to get a taste of his own medicine. Oh, we are definitely going to kill the bunny boy. You grab a fistful of his hair and dunk his head under the water. You watch as bubbles rise to the surface and begins to squirm under you. It takes some effort to hold him down, having to put your whole weight and sheer will into it. You will be showing this guy no mercy after what he put you through. Eventually, his squirming dies down and he lays limp underneath you. This may seem extreme, but I feel like this is like the best solution we have. Because let's face it, if we just hit him a couple of times and knocked him out, I don't think that was going to stop him. As soon as he wakes up, he'll probably be after us again. It's kill or be killed, I'm afraid. You peek to get a look at the river. No bubbles. You finally let go of his head and crawl up his body. Now, you have to deal with a dead body on your hands. You grab his legs and start shuffling the rest of his body into the river. You stand there as you solemnly watch the bright pink colour float down the river until it's out of sight. You drowned him. And I've probably now traumatized myself. So we're down to our last option, right? We've got to jump out of the way. You dive with full force out of the way of his path, hitting the ground with a thud. As he runs past you from the momentum, you quickly scramble to your feet and begin to run back into the woods. You're not sure where to go now. You could try losing him in the trees again, but that clearly didn't work last time. He's probably right behind you anyways. Oh, don't trip! I tripped. You fall face first and hear the rabbit boy laughing behind you. Oh no! Looks like you tripped. You scramble to get back up, even though you know it's too late. You're stopped in your tracks when his foot slams down on the crook of your knee. Well, that was a bit boring. I was hoping you'd last longer. You just had to go and trip, didn't you? He digs his foot in deeper as he leans in closer. Do you want me to give you another chance? He can hardly contain his giggling. I wonder if we had charmed him, he would actually give us another chance at this point. It seems possible, considering the dialogue comes up for it. It's like this is the funniest thing he's ever seen. A hand reaches up to grab your hair and yanks your head back. Your back is arched in an uncomfortable way, with your chest hovering off the ground and your knee still pinned. I hate to break it to you, but I think you're out of lives. You feel a splitting pain in your skull before everything turns black. You run out of lives. Well, I suppose at least I didn't drown this time. We're ready this time. We need to make sure we don't trip. Don't trip! From the corner of your eye, you spot a loose root and are able to avoid it. To your look, you begin to recognize your surroundings. You're close enough to the path that you can retrace your steps. Although it meant you'd be out in the open, it was still better than nothing at this point. You reunite with the path and continue to charge down it. Now that you didn't have to worry about where you were going, you could think about how to stop him. You have to catch him off guard. At the rate that it's going, you're never going to get the chance to sneak up on him. There's only left one option, and it was going to hurt. You immediately halt in your steps, sending the rabbit flying straight into you and knocking you both to the ground. That's actually probably really smart. I mean, he's likely to take most of the impact, right? You both groan from the harsh impact. As you kneel up, you watch as he clutches the side of his arm. He seems to have taken the brunt of the damage from the two of you. More importantly, his bat is laying a few feet away from him. Oh, definitely dive for the bat. Wait, drop the bat. You immediately dive for the bat. It seems to be his only weapon, and you sure as hell weren't about to let him take it again. He was caught up worrying over his scraped arm to react in time to stop you. Now you have the bat. You grip both hands around the handle, preparing to swing it when necessary. You begin to cautiously step towards him. Even though he was unarmed, he still seemed like a threat to you. Hey, calm down! I said it was just a game, didn't I? Yeah, a game of life or death. It's just unfortunately for you, you now get death. I never said I was going to kill you, so just put the bat down, alright? I don't think I want to. What do we reckon? Is attacking him or break his leg? Oh, okay, so kill him, pacifist, or what? Morally neutral, maybe? We're gonna attack him. Bull crap! You weren't going to take any chances. Him pleading for you to stop took away any sense of power that he had over you. You've made up your mind. You had to kill him before he could kill you, or anyone else for that matter. You weren't in the right of mind to think of any possible consequences in the future, but that didn't matter right now. With all your strength, you swing the bat into the side of his head. You watch him fall over, weakly bringing a hand to his forehead. You're surprised that didn't knock him out. That's okay. You can always try again. You bring the bat down on him once again, while he's distracted. He's still moving. He glances up at you fearfully, mumbling something under his breath, while trying to use his remaining strength to scooch away from you. Whatever he's saying, you could care less. You take another step closer to him and continue smacking his head until he finally stops moving. You're not sure if he's still alive after that, but it's safe to say that he's dead at this point. You stand there for a bit, taking in the sight before you. The tall, lanky man, once coloured pink, is now dyed with red. He lays lifeless on the floor, with his head caved in. You just killed someone, but it hasn't sunk in yet. You glance at the bat in your hands, covered with stickers, charms, and blood from the man you just killed. I'm not saying I'm paranoid, but I don't particularly want to discard the bat on the off chance that he's not actually 100% dead. Let's keep the bat. I think I'm gonna keep this. It's cute. You walk up to the rabbit boy, taking the time to wipe off the excess blood from the bat on his crop top. Although it doesn't quite do the job, it's good enough for now. You take your newly obtained prize and head home. Batter down? Well, I had my satisfaction of murdering him. Why don't we just break his leg now instead? You have to do this quickly, before he could try anything. You speed up your steps and try to get him while he's on the ground. He notices your increased pace and begins to let out a string of pleas that fall on deaf ears. You need to stop him from following you, and there's only one way to do that. Once you're within reach, he starts kicking at you to distance yourself from him. Wait, grab his leg! Oops. You try to reach out to grab one of his legs, but each time, his kicks would land. You start to get a bit reckless due to your frustration and leaned in to get a better grip on him. Well, that's a bad idea. Don't you know not to get in proximity to a guy that kicks? This only gave him access to kick your face. Once you're dazed and clutching your nose, Sable leans forward and pins you to the ground. You scramble to lift the bat and hit him, but he's able to grip onto the other end of it before it lands. The two of you wrestle for the bat. He grabs both sides of your face and slams his forehead against yours. Reeling from the pain, he takes the opportunity to snatch the bat from your hands. This really did not work out how I planned. He brings it up and slams it back down against your skull before you black out. You couldn't catch his leg. Okay, we're ready this time. We know how feisty those legs are. Grab his leg. Despite his flailing, you're able to catch one of his feet. You yank it towards yourself to get him to lose his balance. Then you pin it to the ground with your knee and raise your bat. A look of recognition finally crosses his face. Hey! Wait! A loud crack fills the air, followed by the rabbit's screams as you bring the bat down right on his kneecap. He keels over, clutching at his leg. You stand up and walk away as you try not to pay attention to his sobbing. Is this not another I've murdered him ending? I mean, if I just kneecapped him, how's he getting out of the woods? You didn't want to look at him, whether it due to guilt or anger. You needed to make sure he wouldn't follow you. He was going to get the help he needed for his leg anyways, after you would call the police on him. Is that a good idea, though? There's no actual evidence of him attacking us, right? Just that we've now kneecapped him. So unless there's like dead bodies hidden somewhere in the forest the police can find, aren't we gonna be the one that gets arrested? That was the plan anyways. But first, you'd have to get home. I suppose at least we broke his leg. I guess our last option is to threaten him. I really don't feel like this is gonna work out for us. Your hands were shaking. Sure, he was trying to kill you, but you weren't sure if you had the heart to kill someone yourself, especially if it was going to take multiple attempts to do so. You held the bat up higher, as if you were going to strike, and watched him flinch. If you get up, I swear to God, I will not hold back. Sable frantically nods his head up and down. Good. Now, I'm going to leave, and you are not going to come after me. I'm the one with the weapon here. Don't test me. All right, I won't follow you. I think you're a liar, sir. You shuffle around him, refusing to take your eyes off of him until your back is turned towards the direction of your house. You start backing up, still staring at him. He just sits there and watches you walk away. When you're sure he's not going to come after you, you finally turn around and walk forward. Why are we walking? We should be sprinting. On your way, you decide to get closer to look at his bat. It's covered in cute bunny stickers and little charms. Why are we allowing ourselves to be distracted? Do we not realize he's clearly going to follow us? It's odd to think that this belonged to a murderer. You're not sure what to do with it now that you have it. Dodge! Suddenly, I missed. Suddenly, you're grabbed from behind and held in a headlock. You should have been more careful, sweetheart. Just because you threatened me doesn't mean I'm going to listen to you. It surely didn't help your case when you were shaking the entire time. Hit him! You try to hit him with the bat while he's behind you, but you can't get the angle right. Your body starts feeling weaker, and all you can think about is the need for air. You give up on the bat, letting it fall to the ground as instead focus on clawing at the arm around your throat. You can hear the sounds of him laughing get fainter and fainter as you eventually pass out. I did warn us, but nope, we didn't listen, and now we suffocated. We're back in our headlock. We're going to make sure we hit him this time. Hit him! You swing the bat behind you and are able to hit him in the head. His grip on you loosens, allowing you to slip out. Finally noticing you escaped, the rabbit boy haphazardly lunges at you. You swing the bat without a second thought, knocking him in the head and sending him to the ground. He lays there unconscious, and you take this opportunity to finally get away. Finally, he'd stop attacking you. You continue in the direction of your house, hoping to call the police on him before he could get up and attack you again. Although it wasn't ideal, it was the best thing you could do for now. You knocked a bugger out! Let's just dodge him altogether this time. Dodge! At the last second, you notice the presence behind you and swiftly step to the side. You watch the rabbit boy dive to the ground in an attempt to tackle you. He clenches his fists in the dirt under him and glares at you. Damn, stay still! Dodge again. Oh, oops. You're caught off guard when he had thrown dirt in your eyes. Well, that's a dirty trick. You cry out and go to clear your eyes. Now blinded, you don't notice him coming up to knock you off your feet. You fall to the floor and feel him pry the bat out of your hands before smacking you in the head with it. You feel your body meet the ground and are met with the rabbit's resting his foot on top of your head, pushing your face further into the dirt. Well, sweetheart, although that was a bit annoying, I still found it fun. I'm sure we can call this a game over now, don't you agree? As you try pushing yourself back up, the pressure of his foot increases to keep you pinned. You can't see his face, but you were getting the feeling that he enjoyed watching you squirm like this. Don't move now. I've always wanted to try this. You feel the pressure lift from your head. Before you can move out of the way, his foot comes crashing down at the back of your skull. Are you really gonna stomp me to death? Oh, that's very unpleasant. You cry out in pain instinctively, letting some dirt and grass enter your mouth. Actually, at this point, if he's gonna try and stomp us, wouldn't it be a best idea for us to try and grab his other leg so we can try and trip him up? You once again feel the absence of his foot before he brings it back down again. Each time feels worse than the last. You are almost a bit glad when you couldn't feel it anymore. You are blinded and curb stomped. We're going to make sure we dodge again this time. Dodge again! You're ready for him to throw dirt at your face and dodged his attack. You figure that enough was enough and slam the bat into his abdomen. He keels forward from the blow and falls to his knees. With another swift attack, you smack the side of his head and he falls over unconscious. So this is just going to be a you knocked a bugger out ending, right? At least, you think he's unconscious. No, wait. Yeah, he's breathing. Finally, he'd stop attacking you. You continue in the direction of your house, hoping to call the police on him before he could get up and attack you again. I feel like we've now fully exhausted the grab the bat options, so why don't we just attempt to attack him? You weren't sure if you'd have enough time to grab the bat. You have to do this now, or it might be too late. You lunge on top of him and knock him back to the ground. You don't give him a chance to react before you sock him in the face. You swing back for another punch when he hits you in the chin. Your vision starts to spin, and before you know it, he's pushed you off of him. Something to remember then. We cannot overpower him physically. You're trying to keep your bearings when you feel a blow against your back, knocking you back to the floor. Well, I gotta say, it was a good shot, but not good enough. He flips you onto your back before pressing the tip of his bat against your neck. He leans against his bat, watching your eyes shoot wide open as you start to choke. You claw against the bat and try to knock it out of place. He plants his feet into the ground and digs the bat further into your neck to make it more difficult for you. As you look up, all you can see is a look of infatuation on his face as he watches the colour of your skin turning blue while you struggle to grasp for air. You feel your heart drop into your stomach and your vision begins to fade out. You were alluring, but not apparently charming, so we still need to make him like us. Well, we can't overpower him, but I've also got a bad feeling we can't outpace him. Let's just try and run away. Now was your chance. You started sprinting in the direction of your house, away from the rabbit boy. While you weren't sure where the other side of the path led to, you knew where this end went. Sure, you had lost track of time while you were walking, but you couldn't be that far away from your house, right? You just had to keep running, even if your lungs started burning and your legs were aching. You just needed to outpace him. If you could get through this, then you could rest. But for now, you just kept running. All you could focus on were the sounds of your own breath, the beating of your own heart, the pulsing of your blood. You didn't hear him catch up to you. You feel a sharp force impale the side of your ribs as he brings the bat down, sending you tumbling to the ground. Yeah, we're not faster than him, are we? As you try to prop yourself up, you feel like you can't breathe. There's just a searing pain in the side of your chest and your left ankle. You're sure he broke some ribs, and even worse at that moment, you had sprained your ankle during the fall. He swings the bat against your back, knocking you back to the ground. Huh, well that's a new one. Didn't think you'd flat out just stop in the middle of running. That hurt, you know. My arm's all sprayed out because of you now. Oh, I'm so deeply sorry you got a boo-boo on your arm. You deserve it, bunny boy. He sounded like he was pouting, as if he wasn't in the middle of attempting to kill you right now. I just wanted to return the favor. But you know, I'm not quite satisfied yet. You can handle a little more, can't you? You watch him prepare to take another swing and brace for impact. He brings it down on your side again, in the same place he had hit you before. Oh. He's definitely gonna accidentally puncture my lung with my rib, right? You scream out in pain. He's practically reveling in it, the smug look on his face morphing into one of depravity. He continues to bring the bat down on you. He could have hit you anywhere else, but favoured to hit that same point over and over again. When you brought your arms to protect your chest, he'd merely kick them away, as if they were an inconvenience to him. You don't know when you passed out from the pain, but you didn't wake up after that. You can't run forever. I wonder if we were honest with him, would that change our endings? So what was if we told him our name? It's Meek. Oh, I haven't met a Meek before. That's a first. He takes a step closer. So Meek, what are you doing out so late? We can tell the truth this time. Honestly, I just needed to clear my mind. I thought taking a walk would help. The woods do look beautiful at night. Ah, I'm sorry if you've got a lot of stuff going on right now. If you'd like, I wouldn't mind distracting you from your problems. We know he's gonna distract us with death, but let's accept his offer. You know what? I'd actually like that. It sounds fun. Did you have anything in mind? Oh, of course I do. I'm surprised you even heard me out for this long. So let's play a game. He swings the bat over his shoulder. I play this game all the time. It's called I Chase You and Hunt You Down for Sport. You won't have to worry about all of your other problems, except for this one. Sounds fun, right? And since you've been so nice to me, I'll even give you a 10-second head start. Well, we know he's not bluffing, but I want to call his bluff regardless. You're joking, right? Nope. You should start running. You don't tell me what to do. I'm not running for anyone. Dissuade him. Hey, could we maybe talk about this? I don't think that would be such a good idea, you know? Chasing and hunting me down for sport. Why not? I think it sounds like a fun idea. It really gets the adrenaline pumping, you know? Okay, sure. It may sound fun to you, but I don't really like the sound of that idea as much. Maybe we could find some other way to distract me? Oh, I get it. You just want to skip to the end, right? What? No! But that went about as well as I expected it to go. Before you realize it, his bat slams into your temple, knocking you on the ground. Well, I wish we could have stretched this out for longer, but this is fine too, I guess. Wait! He wouldn't give you any time to react. He just keeps smashing the bat against you. It's hard to think of doing anything else with the splitting pain in your skull. All you can think to do was to bring your arms up to try to lessen the blows against your body. Then he stops for a second. He swiftly kicks your stomach. You feel all the air escape from your lungs. Before you could recover, he digs his heel into your shoulder, pinning you to the ground. He bends down and leans into your face. Now that's no fun, is it? Keep your arms down. He straightens up, raising the bat over his head. Well, I guess it's about time we finish this, don't you think? He swings it down, and everything goes black. Surprisingly, we couldn't convince him. So which one feels like it'd be the most annoying ending for him? Probably ignoring him, right? And then successfully dodge. You hear the rushing footsteps behind you, and were able to step out of the way just in time to see a rabbit boy come crashing into the earth. He slams his fist into the ground before looking at you with rage in his eyes. Wow, we're off to a good start then. God damn it! He tries to collect his bearings and starts to stand up. You begin charging through the woods. So we're just gone straight through the woods. And maybe if I can get back to the attacking him ending, would that be enough to annoy him? Because we are attacking him. Wait, so catch him off guard. You have to catch him off guard. So I don't know if attack him would actually be the correct one, or would it just be grab the bat? I think grab the bat would upset him more. We can't attack him because that just kills him. And I feel like even with annoying him, breaking his leg will just give us those same two endings. I suppose threaten him. Alright, so if we dodge him, that should annoy him even more, right? So dodge! At the last second, you notice the presence behind you and swiftly step to the side. I don't know if we should dodge the second one though. Because if we dodge the second one, are we just going to escape, which is kind of defeating the point of trying to annoy him in the first place? So I'm thinking let us get caught. You're caught off guard when he had thrown dirt in your eyes. You cry out and go to clear your eyes. Now blinded, you don't notice him coming up to knock you off your feet. You fall to the floor and feel him pry the bat out of your hands before smacking you in the head with it. You felt your body hit the floor, joined by his foot crashing down on the top of your head. He leaned in, digging the sole of his shoe into your scalp while you had to fight dirt from entering your nose and mouth. So is this different? You really annoyed me, you know? We found it! We managed to irritate him enough. You made me go flying everywhere! You're supposed to be the one flying everywhere, not me! After each sentence, he would press down even harder, as if he couldn't hold himself back. But you better believe I'm going to have my fun with you now. You felt his foot finally lift off of your head, only to be met with the sharp pain of his bat, slamming against the back of your neck. You felt the pain shoot down your spine like a surge of electricity. The thought of trying to get away was quickly diminished as he brought his foot back on top of your head, pressing down on it to keep you in place as he brings his bat down again. He was practically roaring with every swing he took. Eventually, you heard one last roar and a shunt nap before everything went dark. Alright, so we're going for our last 3 endings, and I feel like we just need to charm him as much as possible. So maybe we just stay still and let him cuddle us. You stay still. You're too scared to move. You don't know who this person is, but you reason it'd be better not to aggravate them. Aww, are you scared? How cute! I can practically feel you shaking in my arms. He hugs you tighter and rubs his face into the crook of your neck. Here, maybe this will help. He turns you around, keeping sure to not let you out of his grasp. Now you can see the face of your captor. Immediately, the first thing that strikes you is how pink this man is, as well as the bunny ears. See, I won't hurt you. Yet. I don't look that scary, do I? Wait. Can I pet your ears? As an option? Oh, definitely this one. Can I pet your ears? The man's entire face lights up. Oh, yes, of course you can. He gives you space to lift your arm up to reach his ears. They must be one of the softest things you've ever felt in your life. You can't stop yourself from rubbing your fingers through its fur. When you look at his face, you can just see he has the widest, goofiest smile and his cheeks are flushed. He is brimming with excitement. You can't help from smiling a little yourself. See, you don't want to kill me, right? Eventually you stop. You would pet them forever if you could, but it would probably be a better idea to figure out what this man is about before continuing. You don't even know his name yet. Did you like them? Were they soft? His happiness is almost infectious. You chuckle to yourself for a second before you speak. Yeah, they were really soft. Oh, I'm glad you think that, sweetheart. He gives you another tight squeeze before finally letting go. Oh, you know, maybe I could get your name so I can stop calling you sweetheart. Although, I wouldn't mind calling you that all the time. As for me, you can call me Sable. Let's tell him our name. It's Meek. Oh, I haven't met a Meek before. That's a first. He takes a step closer. So, Meek, what are you doing out so late? Tell the truth. Say we are being completely honest with you. Honestly, I just needed to clear my mind. I thought taking a walk would help. The woods do look beautiful at night. Oh, I'm sorry if you've got a lot of stuff going on right now. If you'd like, I wouldn't mind distracting you from your problems. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Sure, why not? Accept the offer. But let's not call his bluff. Start running. So I'm pretty sure the line about us getting a second chance, that was involved in the tripping end. So I'm pretty sure if we just went straight, all we gotta do is avoid the QTE. Okay, fail it. Subconsciously, you turn your head towards the noise behind you. He's right on your tail. You feel your heart jump out of your chest from the side of him. It's enough to make you lose focus, stumbling over yourself. You fall face first and hear Sable laughing behind you. Oh no! Looks like you tripped. You scramble to get back up, even though you know it's too late. You're stopped in your tracks when Sable's foot slams down on the crook of your knee. Well, that was a bit boring. I was hoping you'd last longer. You just had to go and trip, didn't you? He digs his foot in deeper as he leans in closer. Do you want me to give you another chance? He can hardly contain his giggling. It's like the funniest thing you've ever seen. You feel a hand reach up to your hair, and you brace for impact. Wait, the music calmed down. Are you actually going to give me another chance? Instead of yanking your head back, he starts caressing your hair. You stay still. You're not sure what to make of the situation. Is he really giving you another chance? You hear another little giggle from behind you, followed by him humming. You know, I'm not sure what it is about you, but I think I really might go easy on you. If I kill you now, then we can't have more fun in the future, can we? With one last pat, his hand leaves your head. You feel him settle on top of you before his hands reach up to your throat and squeeze. Just bear with me for a bit longer, Meek. I can't have you know where we're going after all. Oh, I'm not being given another chance, I'm being kidnapped. Where we're going? Is he going to take you? You start to panic, bringing your arms up to try and pry his hands off your throat. He just pushes deeper into you while letting your soft shushes to soothe you. It's not working as intended, instead causing your heart rate to spike. You struggle underneath him, trying to get away. But eventually your vision starts to spot and you feel your arms go limp. Well, I guess we were technically given another chance. Oh, I found something. So I did the same path where we petted his ears, and then we go back to the river. He is midway through drowning me. Your vision starts to grow weaker, and eventually you stop flailing. Are you gonna have mercy? In a swift motion, you're thrown out of the water and onto the ground next to Sable. You begin to cough up water, but you're still drained from the experience of drowning. He kneels beside you and starts to rub your back. Shh, that's it. Let it out. You did so good, sweetheart. You're barely listening to him, more focused on getting air into your lungs. He continues to stroke your back until you've settled down. He brings both of his hands to your face and cups your cheek. You look so cute like this, Meek. Let's get you home now, okay? Your body is too tired from all of the running and from the near-death experience. You don't fight back when Sable takes you in his arms. He lifts you off and begins to carry you deeper into the forest, occasionally looking down to admire you. If anything, the gentle bobbing of him walking is starting to lull you to sleep. You press yourself against his body as you doze off. Well, we fall asleep in our arms. So that's interesting. So I wonder then if our last ending that we need is going to be another of our death encounters that he's going to save us from because we've made him like us. So maybe back after we've got in his way and attacked him potentially. Alright, so attacking him or breaking his leg is probably going to reduce his affection for us. So if we just threaten him. Oh, it was in the threaten category. Okay, so apparently if we avoided the headlock but did not avoid the dirt to the face, that helps us get our ending. To your surprise, you feel his foot lift off of you. Unsure of what he's going to pull next, you cautiously push yourself to your knees, only to be met with Sable holding his hand out. Before you get a choice, he leans down to grab your hand and then yanks you to your feet. You take a moment to regain your balance. He's still holding your hand. You attempt to tug your hand back, but are stopped when his grip gets tighter. What? Are you still scared of me? Just because the game is over doesn't mean I'm going to let you go. There's always next time after all. And I don't think I want you to leave just yet. Next time? You're going to have to do this again? Now, there's two ways we can go about this. Are you going to come willingly? Or am I going to have to make you? I don't know if either way's gonna really help us. But I'm going for the affection ending, so go with him. You're too afraid to find out what would happen if you said no. I'll go with you. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so glad to hear you say that. You can feel him almost quivering with excitement. It's unnerving. he pulls you into a hug, holding you there for a bit too long. When he finally pulls away, he begins to drag you deeper into the woods. We get to play again! Well, I hope you enjoyed that playthrough where I chase you and hunt you down for sport. Let me know, which one was your favourite ending? We do have 18 to choose from. I think I might possibly like the one where we drowned him. It entertains me. If you enjoyed that playthrough, I'd greatly appreciate you could like this video and subscribe to this channel. But other than that, you have a spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.